Hello everyone, I'm Scar Titan here, and I'm going to be making a bit of a quick video regarding to what's going to be coming next as far as the Megatronic Legacy Saga goes. You may have already seen that Nibiru Crisis Lithium has come out, and I'm currently on hiatus, but once I get back into production around March 5th or 6th, I believe, that would probably be a little bit after the 6th, but I will start production on Godzilla minus Human. So to give a little bit of a short description of what the film is going to be about, it's pretty much going to be the same type of story structure as how Lithium did with the two and what's it called anthology. Yeah, it's anthology. My tongue is just being bad with me today, but an anthology structure where you have two or more storylines that are put into one film, and then you would just kind of run with it. So Godzilla minus Human will have two different storylines that I'm hoping to make it more adjacent to the theme of what it's going for than what Neighborhood Crisis Lithium had. I think that with what I had with Neighborhood Crisis Lithium did had some good ideas, but I don't think I've managed to handle it well enough to the point where it feels consistent with the theme that it has. But Godzilla minus Human should be more consistent with the theme that it has regarding to Godzilla. Well, maybe not as much of a primary character, although more of a theme to what the stories are. So for part one is going to explore the relationship between Hanzo Hisashi and Retsuka before they come across Kuika the genie, and then Hanzo gets laid with Kuika the genie as his wife, and then Retsuka is pretty much left out, resenting the fact that he chose a genie over a pirate who pretty much has a lot of the free will and a lot of freedom. And even though with all that, she's more disciplined and has more loyalty to Hanzo than Kuoka does. And, you know, it's kind of a bit of a poetic irony between two characters. But and this also serves as a good segue to, well, not much of a segue, but it's more of an explanation to part of Shantae's part in the Megatronic Legacy Saga, and this also goes into Akuma, with how Shantae and her uncle Mimic have hidden in Taiwan for quite some time, up until 1979 when the Cyberlink Quay found them and or found the hut, and presumably it was destroyed. It gets deeper than that, but here's Retsuka, or you already saw her from one of my other updates. Maybe you have not, but I was going for more of a modest look for Risky. Her name being Retsuka, more of a pseudo Japanese name for the character. But Risky would still have her signature design, such as the boots, such as her pants and everything that you already know from the Way Forward iteration. Of course, one of the biggest changes to her design, apart from just having more coverage, would have to be the hat. If you know that she would have more of that European styled hat, but this time she has kind of her own straw hat that she would use throughout her travels. And of course, you can take that off I think I might need to fix that later time. But as it is right now, she'll just stay the way it is. In fact, I wonder if I could maybe I could adjust that. That's not something I'll do in another time, but yeah, that's pretty much her design, and it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Um, but yeah, a second part is going to be about something that's a bit more recent. Well, maybe not so much of a recent, but just at a different setting where a second Godzilla appears in Tokyo, and Flan is sent there by the U.S. government to investigate that there is some sort of tie between Godzilla and some other lore that is going to play a big part in the remaining films up ahead. And Etna will try to collect the Godzilla cells to create a clone, which would end up leading to Gen Spectre Godzilla that has appeared in Neighbor Crisis 2, Godzilla Minus 3, and so on. But arguably, one of the biggest things that's going to be happening is for some of the characters that have some tie to Godzilla, the G cells and everything. So that's going to be a really massive plot point for how some characters are able to make it through, and so on and so forth. So I don't really have much to go over, and in fact, there's not really an animation update. It's just more of giving y'all a heads up that I will start Godzilla Minus Human sometime in March, and then we'll just go from there. And then once I have enough, it's probably going to be only one update based off of what I was able to work, and based off of what I'm writing and what I'm going to be creating. So there's not going to be as much going for this, but I will say that when it comes to the premiere event that I have for this, there's definitely going to be an addition to. Let me go ahead and open this up. Don't save. I will say that when it comes to premiere stuff, the Zujito second demo reel is definitely going to happen. Let's see, where is it? That is something that's going to happen. So I was planning on doing a character review on the character model itself. Of course, I wasn't exactly in the best energy at the time, but once I have enough energy set in place, I will get myself up and going just to get to work on this. So some updates are going to be coming for Zujito's the second demo reel. There's going to be more characters, and I'm going to be working on some animation techniques that's going to make it feel much more more like an animated film. And I do need to make sure I get better with editing as well. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for this update. It's, again, not an animation update, just a production update. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Over and out.